Hi. I wanted to go over a little math review with you for today. So this is going to review different kinds of graphs. You've got bar graphs, which is also double bar graphs. You've got a line graph review, dot plot. This is labeling the tick marks on like a number line. Interpreting line plots or dot plots again, and then this one's super easy. It's a pictograph, or I'm sorry, a pie graph or a pie chart review. So I'm going to start here. A double bar graph allows us to compare two or more pieces of information. So you've got fifth and sixth grade winners and the number of medals. So you want to see who did better in fifth or sixth grade. So we're using this double bar graph. So you're going to have to do some math and do some comparing here. Which grade won more medals overall? You're going to have to add. So fifth grade is red, sixth grade is blue. So first you'd have to add red, 8 plus 7 plus 5. So whatever the answer is to that, and then 9 plus 4 plus 8. So you'd add those, and whichever one is more is where you're going to type your answer. And every place that says type here, you're going to just erase that and put your answer there. See? It has a little text box. Then which grade won the least amount of bronze medals? So there's bronze, and you just have to look at it for that one. Which one is least? And then how many gold medals did the fifth and sixth grade win combined? So there's gold. And what it wants you to do is combine how many the fifth grade and how many the sixth grade won. So you have to add those together. Okay? Then you've got a line graph review. And remember, a line graph shows data that changes over a period of time. You can see it go up and down and up and down. You have your months of the years here. Remember, that's called your x-axis. And you have the number of pizzas here on the y-axis. So you're just going to answer the question. How many pizzas did Pedro sell in March and April combined? Combined is giving you a clue that you're going to add those together. So you've got March and April, so that we just need to know how many that is together. Number two, which month did Pedro sell the least amount of pizzas? You just have to look at it, right? And you can tell. Between May and June, did Pedro's pizza sales increase or decrease? There's May, there's June. Did that increase, which means go up, or decrease, which goes down? And then how do you know? All right, this is where it gets a little tricky. So a dot plot or a line plot shows data along a number line. Dot plots are used to show the number of times something occurs. This is where it's important to read everything. A candy store sells fudge by the pound. So this is the pounds of fudge. The dot plot shows the number of customers who bought different numbers of pounds of fudge all on Saturday. So these dots are the people, okay? How many customers bought fudge on Saturday? Well, this is all people who bought fudge on Saturday. So in order to find out how many people or how many customers bought fudge on Saturday, you're going to have to add all those dots up to find how many people bought fudge. Number two says, what was the total amount of fudge in pounds that was bought on Saturday? This is where it gets a little hard. One person bought half pounds. 1, 2, 3, 4 people bought 1 pound. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 pounds, right? 2 people bought 1.5. You're going to have to add 1.5 twice. 3 people bought 2. So this is like a bonus question. You're going to have to really figure that out to get the answer to how many pounds was bought in all on Saturday. Okay. This one is just thinking about fractions actually. And I think this one's the easiest. So look at this one first. So you've got 0, 1, 2, 3. What would go in the middle of that? Between 0 and 1 is what? A half. So you're going to move the half there. Between 1 and 2 is, you can't see because there it is 1.5. Okay? So you'll keep going. Here you've got 3 up to 4. So that's 3. That's a whole number of 4. It's not thirds there. So you've got, that's one whole. And then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 parts. So it's 3 and a fourth. And then you would go on with that. This one is just between 3 and 4. How many places? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that would be your 8th piece, because that is what makes it a whole. So see if you can figure out how to put all of these numbers where they belong to put them in a row in the right order. You're just going to move them around like that, okay? And the last one, oh wait, you've got one more line plot, and I'm going to tell you what, Miss Joanna Perez and Miss Brooke Bunting are the ones who made this quiz for us, and they made it very tricky. So on this one, sorry, I had to move around. On this one, it's talking about the amount of rainfall per month last year, okay? So it's between 0 inches and 5 inches. And this is so important, and it's tiny down here. X is equal to 1 month. That's super important information. First time I read this, I was like, what? I don't understand. So that's important information. So let's count, make sure they're 12 months. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep, there's 12 months. So what was the difference in amount of rainfall between the month with the most rain and the month with the least rain? You know what you're going to have to do? You're going to have to add, what does all this mean? So like 1 month had just 1 inch, right? 3 months had 1.5 inches. So you're going to have to add 1.5, 1.5, 1.5. So 1.5 and 1.5 is 3 plus another. So that's 4.5, right? So you're going to have to figure out, oh shoot, I'm wrong. 1 month had 1 inch. 3 different months had 1.5. 2 months had 2.5. 2 months had 3. 1 month had 3.5. 1 month had 4. And 2 months had 4.5. So the difference in the amount of rainfall between the month with the most rain and the month with the least rain. So the month with the most rain would be 4.5, right? And the least rain would be 1. So the difference of subtracting is 3.5. What was the total rainfall during the 4 months that received the least amount of rain? So you're looking at the 4 months that received the least amount of rain. So remember, we're down here. So that's only 1 inch, and then you've got 1.5 inches. So they want to know the total rainfall during those 4 months. So that was 4.5 plus 1, 5.5. And then what was the total rainfall during the 4 months that received the most amount of rain? So it looks like 2 months had 4.5, 1 had 4, and 1 had 3.5. You have to add all those up. I'm trying to help you here because that, my friends, was a tricky one. And then the last one is easy. You just have to read this pie graph, read the questions, and answer them. They're super easy. So I'm not even going to read those to you because you can get those with no problems at all. I know it's tricky. Let me know how you're doing. Message me, and I will send you the answers to it later today, but I want to see how you can do. Because like I said, I know it's pretty tricky. All right. Well, let me know how it's going.